Hello and welcome. It's Saffron here, and this is Healing Womanhood. And today we are continuing our Reclaim series with Reclaim Your Power. So, we are talking here about that intrinsic sense of personal power. We're not talking about power over anybody else, we're talking about that feeling of agency within our own lives, that feeling of being at one with ourselves, which is what the whole of the Reclaim series is about. It's about bringing home all of your parts, bringing home, reclaiming all of your parts, and a feeling of oneness within yourself. So this power is connected to our intuition. It's a power that we intrinsically know about as babies. We have agency over our own lives. We expect our needs to be met. And then as we get older, we are conditioned to realise that actually our needs aren't always going to be met and our wants aren't always going to be met. And we learn that in certain situations we don't have power over what's going on in our lives. And, we don't always have control over what's going on in our lives, but what we do have control over is how we feel about it, or how we respond to how we feel about it, and how we treat ourselves throughout all of the difficulties that we might go throughout all of the situations where we don't have control. And that's intrinsic to that power. That power comes from the way that we treat ourselves. So it is connected to a feeling of wholeness, a feeling of having all of our parts welcome within us. And that's ongoing work, of course, that we do. We do a lot of that here at Healing Womanhood, being kind to the parts of us that might be more challenging. The other thing that's connected to this sense of power is responsibility. So if we reclaim our power over certain things, we reclaim responsibility. So we reclaim our responsibility for how we feel, for how we respond, for the choices that we make in life. And we recognise that where we have outsourced our power or outsourced our responsibilities, that we are still responsible for having made that choice, for having passed that responsibility onto other people. So we're going to start by tapping on the side of the hand. If you haven't tapped with me before, all you need to do is tap where I'm tapping and repeat what I'm saying. So beginning on the side of the hand. Even though I don't feel like I have a sense of power, because I don't really have any control over my life, that's okay. And I'm okay. And I choose to love and accept myself exactly as I am. Even though I don't feel like I have any power. And I don't even know what that means. That's okay. And I'm okay. And I choose to love and accept myself exactly as I am. Even though I don't know how to reclaim my personal power. I don't know what it means. I don't know how it feels. Power is not part of my life. And it might not even be something I want. And that's okay. And I'm okay. And I choose to love and accept all of myself exactly as I am. I don't have a sense of power. And sometimes I even feel powerless. I feel completely at sea. Because I have no control over what's going on around me. Things just happen. And I just respond. I just cope with things minute by minute. And it's hard to feel any sense of power in that. All this feeling of powerlessness. All this out of control feeling. Finding it really, really difficult to connect with this idea that I could reclaim my power. Part of me feels that I never had any power in the first place. So how would I go about reclaiming something that was never mine to begin with? I'm opening up to the idea now that perhaps it was mine to begin with. That perhaps I've misunderstood what power means. That maybe power could mean something different than controlling things that are outside of me. I wonder if power could mean taking responsibility for me. Taking responsibility for all the different parts of me. I wonder if there could be a power in that. I wonder if there could be a sense of power in understanding all of my feelings, in listening to and loving all of my parts. In being responsible for myself. In finding ways to get my own needs met. Even in the midst of the chaos. I wonder if I could reinterpret power to mean those things now. I wonder if I could look at this in a different way. I wonder if I could just be quiet with myself and connect with the idea of power. What does power mean to me? How do I want my personal power to show up in my life? What would it look like to step into my power? What would I be doing differently if I were connected in to my own sense of power? I'm ready to sit with these questions now. I'm ready to invite a conversation with my own sense of power. I'm ready to invite that sense home. To become part of my experience once more. And I'm ready to accept the feeling of responsibility that goes with that. And that might feel quite heavy. And I'm just open to the possibility. accepting all of my power. Ready to see myself as a powerful being. A powerful force for good in the world. Sharing my gifts just by being me. Being as fully me as I can. I wonder if that's what power really means. Just being completely and fully me. Never needing to be different or better. Never needing to put on an act. Just accepting the fullness of who I am. And bringing that into the world with me. That's a kind of power that I could enjoy. That's a kind of power that I could really welcome into my life. Reclaiming this sense of personal power. Reinterpreting what it means to be powerful. Allowing myself to be me. Allowing myself to be powerful. Stepping back into this birthright of mine. And allowing any conditioning to fall away. Any conditioning that tells me that this isn't mine. Or that I can't have it. Working through those blocks one by one. Until this power manifests in my life. I'm ready for this now. Fully reclaiming all of my power. Take a deep breath. How are you feeling? Powerful, I hope. This is a good time to pause, do some journaling, see what came up for you. And if you want to share any of that, that is always really, really welcome. If you're on the YouTube channel, I will see you in the next video, unless, of course, you would like to come over and join us on the Patreon membership, which is linked in the description, because we are now going to go into a deeper version of that tapping. We are going to go into any objections to connecting with that power. We're going to look at the yes buts. We're going to connect with any parts of us that are terrified of feeling our own power. And it's going to be amazing. So come on over to the Patreon membership if you would like some of that. And if not, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.